What's new in GP so far this year? So on the 18.8 release in October 2025, we got the new sales order processing required field message. Just a simple message update, and I can show you here in my GP. Let me bring up a sales transaction to show you how this works. It's an adjustment here for when a required field is missing on a sales transaction. You try to save. Before, this message would just say not all required fields have been entered. They've just added the additional text here to tell you to expand the scrolling window to view additional required fields. And that scrolling window is just this show details double down arrow, and you can see the bold type required fields here, so you can select it. So it just helps you find that required field a little easier, just a little better messaging. So also on the 18.8 release in October, there's a change to the vendor class roll down in the payables setup. Previously, when you updated a vendor class in the setup, the system would ask if you wanted to roll that change down to all vendors assigned to that class. And the yes checkbox used to be marked by default, which often led to unintended updates across many vendors, especially with customers that had large vendor lists. Now that prompt defaults to no, so there's no risk of accidentally mass updating vendors. And then there was also a change in the October 18.8 release for luxury auto depreciation display and edit. This used to be something that every year the IRS updates the limits for these luxury vehicles, and in the past, keeping up with it meant installing annual updates. Now in GP 18.8, they introduced a dedicated window where you can manually enter these values, and it'll store them for you year by year. So it gives you the ability to view, manage, and edit depreciation limits yourself without waiting for system updates. And you can find those limits by visiting the IRS website. I think I put the accurate ones in here for 2025. So in the 18.8 release in October, there was the long-awaited feature of the sales order batches navigation list. This gives you instant access to your sales order batches. No more digging through menus or reports. Users can filter large sets of data in one place, making it easier to spot trends or issues. And you can take actions like posting or editing, printing directly from the list, and I'll show you that here. Because this is pretty nifty. It's basically if I come under sales, under your sales navigation pane here, there will be a sales order batches list now here. This is kind of a neat feature. It's basically a series post for sales that has filtering options on it and a transaction view. So here's all of my sales batches. I could add a filter just saying, you know, I don't want any $0 batches. So I could say is greater than, or is not empty, greater than excludes. You can put like who it's approved by, approved user, all these different filters you can add to kind of filter through it. You can still select all your batches and post multiple batches at once. Or if you select one, you can still edit it to go back to the batch entry window that you normally would see. A handy feature too is there's a go-to here, so you can select a batch, click the go-to and view transactions, and it has a nice transaction view of the transactions in the batch. So yeah, it's kind of like a series post with filters added to it, so it's pretty neat for sales instead of having to go through the batch entry window.